Okay, second grade, we have finally made it to week 6, which is going to actually be your last week of packet work like you've had for the last several weeks. Next week, I will be sending out an email on Monday with just some various different activities so we can continue to take grades for a few more days. But this is the last week of the packet of work that you guys have been working through for the last several weeks. So we'll take a look at what is in week 6 packet. Okay, you've got your little decodable, the scientist, and the poet. You've got your final spelling list. So make sure that you, this is Spelling Assessment 27, so make sure that you study through these words, practice your sentences, and go ahead and take one final spelling test this week. We also will be doing a review page of digraphs, trigraphs, and quadrigraphs. So that's going to be worksheet 136 on the front, homework 136 on the back. All right, so you guys will be decoding words here and then following the remainder of the instructions on the page. So a lot of that's going to be a lot of review. We also have worksheet 137, which is going to be a review of combinations and diphthongs. So that's worksheet 137 on the front, homework 137 on the back, combinations and diphthongs. Again, you'll be coding the combinations and diphthongs throughout those words. Then you've got worksheet 138 front, homework 138 on the back, which is the review of final stable syllables and a review of the affixes that we've covered. Remember, an affix is either a prefix or a suffix. The word affix is referring to prefixes and suffixes. So this page will be a review of those. Also, lesson 138 has activity sheet 138. These are going to be some words for you to cut out and alphabetize. Lesson 139 is worksheet 139, homework 139. This is going to be a review of the syllable division rules. So basically your vowel consonant patterns. That's going to be a review of that. You will also have your final Saxon assessment, which is assessment 28, front and back. That'll be your last one. You've got the Cups and Radar passage that you'll use your red pen to edit and revise called Leaves. So that's a fairly short one, your last one. So do the editing, do the revising, and then rewrite the final copy on notebook paper. You also have a little Mad Lib, and this is going to be to review the parts of speech, nouns, adjectives, verbs, and then there is a miscellaneous column with other words. All right, so you're just going to go through here. The symbol matches up what part of speech you're supposed to fill the blank in. So you just pick a word, fill it in, and then read your silly story. Okay, A is for Alice the ant, and you'll come up with a silly little story there. You also have your target reading comprehension passage over the Harlem Globetrotters this week. Okay, so make sure you use the target strategy, circle if it's fiction, nonfiction, underline your text evidence, and then answer the questions. And for social studies, you have one more little review page. This is going to review the last several weeks of social studies that we've covered. You can refer back to previous weeks' blend space for those answers to those questions, or just Google them. You should be fairly familiar with each of these. The last thing that you'll do down here is with complete sentences, you're going to tell me how can you conserve this natural resource. And we actually have done that in a previous lesson, so that should be fairly easy for you to do as well. Okay, your class read aloud for this week is a book that's written by Mark T. It's called How I Spent My Summer Vacation. So we'll do this for your class read aloud, and then your writing for this week is going to be you writing a letter to your parent or your guardian to persuade them to allow you to do something that you really want to do this summer. Okay, so those will be the lessons for week 6 packet. One other thing that I need to make sure that you are looking for around your house is your little blue bookkeeper bag. Okay, you'll recall that it had a slip in the front that had your name on it, but right here they all have MMISD on them because they belong to the school. So we're going to need these little bookkeeper bags back. All right, we will most likely in a couple of days, or excuse me, a couple of weeks, we'll have one more pickup day for everybody. We will need all the second graders to come back through, turn in final things, pick up final things from us. And so just be listening out for when that Wednesday will be. You can turn these in anytime. I'm up here daily from 8 to about 11:30. So you can bring these and turn them into the foyer on the elementary side of the building anytime you want. That's actually open 24 hours a day. So if you want to bring those, I'll put a crate in there with my name on it and Ms. Bass's name, and you can turn these in at any time. So once you find those, if you can get them to us. There's also a crate in the foyer for library books. So as you continue to find those library books or even books from my classroom or Ms. Bass's classroom, you can just toss them in the bucket in there as well. Let me know if you have any questions about any of that.